Your account has been leaked on the internet with your account information. This guy is bribing Sony employees and PlayStation and leaking user data for his own sales. Like he takes the. I thought PlayStation would solve the problem. We will come to a conclusion and everything would be fine. But sadly, nothing was solved. I tried my best to solve this. I even told them I'm gonna release a video.
And you can tell he has gotten a lot of platinum trophies because he's bald.
I did this behind their back. They knew about this, and now I'm going to explain all the reasons and why this happened. But before that, let me introduce myself for the people who don't know who Hakoum is, or Hakoum, like you call him. My name is Abdul Hakam, aka Hakoum, my nickname. I started gaming back in the 80s. I started with like Sega, Nintendo, and the other old console, retro consoles.
Holy
as
shit,
soon as
look
the
at that.
PlayStation 1 dropped, I loved that console. I got hooked up to the PlayStation brand, and I loved it. Their games, their consoles, everything was perfect about them. I had the PS2, and until the PS3, I created my online account, Hakoum, back then in 2007. That's like 16, 17 years ago.
It's like
and
a year
then Sony
after
released
console
the trophy
came out.
patch. So I started hunting trophies. I enjoyed hunting trophies until I became the number one.
I can understand that. I did the achievement farming in WoW. I did this all the time. This used to be me, except for I was just doing it in one game.
Trophy hunter in the world in 2009, and I entered the Guinness World Records 5 times between 2018 and 2019. Then the trophy system became trash, so I quit at 2021. I unofficially retired. I did not tell this officially. I unofficially retired in 2021, and by that time I already had partnership with PlayStation. They used to send me games, consoles, everything for reviewing and unboxing. I got my popularity from all of this, but sadly problems started in September 2024. So this is a short explanation about Hakoum. So here's what happened exactly. As is, I did not change anything in the story. I will say both sides of the story, my side and PlayStation's side. So I'm not gonna hide anything about this. It all started in September 9. When I was on a trip to Saudi Arabia, I was invited by PlayStation to attend the Astrobot event. When I came back home, I was tired. I went to sleep. I woke up.
That's why I need to go to Saudi Arabia, man. Like, they got all kinds of crazy shit going on over there. Like, they got all these gaming events, like all this media stuff. Bro, like, if we end up going, I'm thinking like next year we go to Saudi, that shit's gonna be crazy. I'm actually so excited. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be fucking fun.
Morning, started playing, and before I sleep on September 9th, I wanted to log in an online game and found out that my account is suspended. I could not log in. I got an error, and when I tried to log in, it said my account has been permanently suspended. Not temporary, it was permanently suspended. So I was shocked. What have I done to get permanently suspended? I logged into my email, my PlayStation email, and checked to see for the reason, because you have to get an email from PlayStation if you get banned. You have to. This is not something that you will not get. So I logged into my email and I found there is nothing in the email, not in the junk and not in my inbox. I went to sleep. I thought maybe it's a bug. Happens with PlayStation. Many people got banned for 2-3 days and got their accounts back. So I said, okay, maybe it's a bug. I went to sleep and I woke up the next day and the problem is still there. I waited a few hours until Sony is online, and I went and talked to the customer support. Sadly, the customer support treated me like completely...
Should have recorded it, man. Like, you should have recorded it. Oh, man. Like, yeah, if he talks to them again, I hope he records it.
Like a piece of trash. They treated me, and they did not even, the customer service.
Oh, it's this. I understand this is not the answer that you were expecting right now, but this is completely out of my hands, and I would like to send you an email about this ban, not because of PlayStation policies. I would not be able to do it. Is there anything else I can help you with? I wish I could, but the thing is, I cannot. Okay, so you talk to a bot.
Talk to them, they're like robots. They don't care about you, they don't
I love how he says they're like robots, bro. He's so close.
Nicely, and if you keep on asking, they just shut down the line in your face. I kept on trying to talk to them for like 10 other agents. They all treat me the same thing. They ask for your information. When you give it to them, you ask them, why is your account back? Sorry, we cannot tell you. Why can't you tell me? What's the reason? Why did I get banned? No, we cannot tell you. Just check your email. Just tell you to check your email. Well, nothing. I got nothing on my email. What do you want me to do? I was treated like a piece of trash, sadly. Anyways, I called the customer support by telephone, not a live chat, and I was treated the same. They just tell you are sorry, we cannot help you. So why can't you help me? I mean, if I'm getting robbed and I call the police, imagine a police officer tells you I cannot help you.
I mean, let's be real. Like, Sony needs to be the one that helps you, right? I mean, like, it's their service, so they need to help you. The thing about that, let's be honest.
just get robbed. It's not working like that. So I was lucky to get in touch with a private department in PlayStation, which was able to help actually. They were on the case, and I was happy about it when they finally were going on the case and did not shut the telephone in my face. So by email, they were investigating. And while they were investigating, after a few days, I got a message on my WhatsApp from a good fellow from Saudi Arabia. I don't know who he is, but thanks to him, he told me, "Hello Hakoum, your account has been leaked on the internet with your account information. This guy is bribing Sony employees and PlayStation and leaking user data for his own sales." Like he takes the user.
Wow. It wasn't Sony? So it was Sony, but it wasn't Sony structurally. It was a bad actor inside of Sony that did it on their behalf.
He takes your information and sells it on the internet, or he bans it and then unbans it and sells it. I don't know how it works. I don't know how, really. I'm sure there are some people, they emailed me, they know about this. As you can see with the screenshot on the screen.
You sure?
So I found out,
based off of the evidence that's provided, everything can be Photoshop. Anybody can lie about anything. Very important to keep that in mind. Assuming these things are accurate, there it is.
About this, and I was shocked really that somebody's selling my information. I mean, the screenshot is from a PlayStation computer. It's not from my computer. It's not from his computer. It's from an admin computer. Nobody has access to stuff like this on the internet except for the PlayStation admins. The evidence is in front of you on screen, and it wasn't just my account. It was many people's accounts.
See, this is the other thing, is that I don't know. Can I show this? I mean, I guess I can, because YouTube has the same policy on doxing that like Twitch does. But anyway, like Sony's had a lot. Like, I feel like Sony has had more data breaches than. Who's had more data breaches than Sony? I mean, really? Like, this is insane. No one. Like, I'm trying to think about, like, maybe the United States government, right? Yeah, good one. But aside from that, I can't think of anybody.
Got many screenshots, as you can see on screen. These are from PlayStation support admin computers.
Yeah.
You can even see the number 2 Trophy Hunter's account is even leaked. Moreover, you can see there is even a guy from Gran Turismo company, Polyphony. His account details are leaked. It's not just my account leaked. It's many people's accounts are leaked. So it's not just a Hakoum case. It's a worldwide case now. So I took all this information and forwarded it to Sony. It's evidence. I cannot go with this evidence online. I will solve the problem privately.
Good. That's good that he's doing this. This is a good thing for him to do.
You have to do, actually. So I took this information and gave it to PlayStation Online. Other users might just put it on the internet directly and make a big deal out of it, but no, I played it correctly. I gave all this information to PlayStation on the email. After a few days, I got a phone call. I was surprised.
Yeah, what about it?
Yeah, your case is still being escalated.
Which case exactly?
Didn't get any response. We're the one who contacted PlayStation support like 3 days ago. Or am I the wrong person?
No, I did not open any case. Which case are you talking about?
The case that you just opened, like, hold on, let me check the status. On 9th of September.
Yes.
Yeah. The case was open on your PlayStation account.
What is your name?
Anthony.
And from which department are you calling?
Calling from PlayStation.
Okay, Anthony. Who raised this case? Me?
Yeah.
On September 9th. Where did I raise this case? You mean on PlayStation support or on a call?
Yeah, you've contacted us via chat support.
Via chat support.
As I'm seeing here.
Okay, and why was my account suspended?
Due to violation of terms of service.
Yes, which terms exactly did I violate?
Well, I did not, unfortunately. I don't have any information on that.
Okay, then why, if you're calling me...
Anyways, guys, this video is 4 minutes long. I don't want to bore you with it. But as you see, this guy, okay, called me and acted like a PlayStation agent on the telephone. I did not believe it. I had my doubts. First of all, I said, maybe it's true because, you know, I was in a dire situation.
Okay, so what happened, this is actually really common. So what happened with this guy is that he had somebody who was they read the information. They saw that and they said, okay, well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to call him and see if he can give me the rest of his information, and then I can get his account, right? Or I can social engineering, right? Real simple scam. And they blame him. Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what to believe anymore. So he said, I'm going to call you back in 2 days. And as you can see, he said,
do you believe him? Do I believe him? Given the amount of security breaches and problems PlayStation has had, and the fact that PlayStation never really gave him a response to this, and they're, as far as I know, they're basically stonewalling him, I feel like this probably happened. Now, we're not guaranteed that it happened. He could have been doing something bad we don't know about, and he's making this video for attention to hopefully pressure Sony to not think about it. Absolutely possible. However, given Sony's history, given my understanding of situations that are similar to this, I find his story to be relatively believable. And I think also here's another component. Now, you could say that he had somebody that he knew call him. Very accurate. Very true. However, I bet if you look that phone number up, it's probably going to be a burner, right? Or like one of those phone app things. So that happens. If he has a third party contacting him, what that does, assuming that the third party contact was a legitimate phishing attempt, what that does is it legitimizes the accusation that his information was posted online. You understand how, like, you know, basically like these two seemingly unrelated things actually verify each other because you can create a chain of events. I don't know yet. How long has Sony been having their security breach for? How long has Sony had security?
PlayStation, and he exactly knew when I have spoken to PlayStation on live chat. How did this person know exactly when I have spoken to PlayStation? How did he know?
Well, he probably knew that because the person probably leaked your ticket details. And if the people had access to the internal data, yeah, I mean, I think that makes sense. But here's also, this is another very, very important component to this. And I actually think this actually makes his argumentation weaker. And so that's actually a great point that he's bringing up. But I think that it actually makes it more suspicious what he's saying. And I'll explain why. It's more suspicious because if the person didn't know the date, but the information that was posted publicly was shown to him, and the information didn't show the date, that means that the person that called didn't get it from that information. You see what I'm saying? I don't know.
On the 9th, exactly on the 9th. How did he know that? Anyways, the guy called me. I called after this call. I actually called PlayStation and asked him, do you call your clients?
It could be the leaker.
This is a scammer. So, okay, I found out that this guy was a scammer,
Sure.
actually. He wanted more information from my account. He called me the next day and said, again, it was a British number this time. It was not from California. It was from UK. He said, I'm again Anthony from PlayStation, and I'm calling back regarding your case. We want to confirm something about your case. I need your last 4 digits of your credit card. I think because he could not...
They're not even trying anymore, are they? They're not even trying. They're getting so lazy. You're not even like, come on. You can do better than that.
Find my credit card information on my account because I did not put my credit card information there So he wanted to steal it that way.
Yeah.
This is how he wanted to steal my credit card information. So he acted like a Sony employee. In the end, I told him, by the way, you are not from PlayStation. How did you move from America to UK in one day? And what the hell is this? Who are you? He said, no, I'm from PlayStation. I said, if you are from PlayStation, never calls anybody. Don't lie to me. He then closed the telephone. He did not want to continue the chat, sadly.
But this is also more confusing to me, because if he had recorded the first phone call and then he didn't record the second phone call, why would he not record the second phone call? Did he not record the second phone call because he didn't have the ability to record the second phone call? Did he not record the second phone call because it wouldn't have been relevant? Maybe because the voices didn't match, because he said it's the same person. But if he said it was the same person, then why didn't he record it? Like, I don't understand. There's something about this that doesn't make sense to me. What would be the reason for that? Do you think that he didn't record? I don't know.
So we need to ask you some security question about your account. Is that okay with you?
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, so let me just get...
I should have just watched the fucking video, huh?
Give me a sec. Have you ever linked any credit card or debit card to your account?
Yes.
Do you have the first or the last four digits of the credit card?
Well, Anthony, I would like to tell you, I should have acted more dumb with him, so I go along with to see in the end where he wanted to reach.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's done. So after that, I took this phone call, I recorded it, and I sent it to PlayStation. PlayStation has this call, video call. I've sent it to them.
it went to their
and then
fraud
I
department.
waited. I thought that is it. PlayStation has the evidence now. They will finally unban my account, and
There's no reason for them to unban your account as a result of this evidence being presented. These are two unrelated things.
my life will go on again, normal. I got a response after about 2 days from PlayStation.
They're not connected.
And I was utterly shocked. I was shocked.
Oh, look at
that.
Look at the
emails
graphics.
3 times. I went to the toilet to wash my face 3 times, thinking I was in a dream.
Okay, but PlayStation
I
said
did not
this.
understand, or I was shocked by this. They wrote to me in my email, we have finally found the issue with your account. You have violated some terms and stuff, and the violations are as follows. You have platinumed many games which require 100 hours of gameplay in few hours. Then they said you have finished games and it's stamped as 0 minutes on your profile. Then they said, I have logged in 29 PlayStations. Then they said, I have opened 2,000 plus accounts. I'm not sure, 2,200, 300, 400, in that range, on your PlayStation. I was like thinking, I was doubting myself. Which games are 100 hours and they are completed in a few hours or minutes on my account? I doubted myself. I said,
they're accusing him of hacking.
if I hacked any game,
Yeah.
PSN Profiles is gonna ban me. I mean, you know this, guys. PSN Profiles has a 0 tolerance for hackers and cheaters. They will flag you instantly.
There's a possibility that because he had an influencer account that was whitelisted by PlayStation, the odds are a lot of people had filed reports on Hakoum in the past because they were accusing him of cheating. So there's actually a good chance that that didn't happen, because most customer service, and especially places that work with like digital media, they have a way of whitelisting accounts to where certain accounts don't get crowd controlled by automated banning and automated moderation features. It's extremely common. Blizzard does this, for example, and so does Twitter.
Isn't flag on PSN? Which game which requires 100?
And I think that also goes into, because Sony did acknowledge who he was, right? Because they sent him stuff. So they knew who this guy was. It wasn't just like, some random nobody.
I was still thinking. I was shocked. Then it came back to my mind that these are auto platinums, auto pops. So if you play, you know this, guys. For the people who don't know what's an auto pop, if you, for example, finish Spider-Man on PlayStation 4 or platinum Spider-Man on PlayStation 4 and it took you, let's say, 60 to 70 hours, once you run the PS5 version of Spider-Man, it's going to automatically pop all the trophies, including the platinum. And there's thousands of games now which are like this. And another example is like if you platinum Fortnite on the American version, which requires 1,000 plus hours, if you run the European version, the platinum will also instantly pop, and if it doesn't, you might be required to play a bit and do some stuff for a few hours, and you will unlock the platinum.
Okay.
You guys know about this, you can Google it. It's not something new.
Sure.
Or it's not like a glitch or like an exploit on PlayStation. It's something known for many years. I'm surprised PlayStation support doesn't know about this. How can a player know this and you guys don't know? And since when?
But they didn't give you the list of the games, so you're not sure that the games that they gave you the list of are the games that could be auto-popped or not. So this could be a false positive as well. I'm not really sure.
PlayStation ban people for trophies. I never seen anybody on PlayStation get banned for trophies. People have jailbroken PlayStations with tens of thousands of platinums, and they never get banned. I mean, PSN profiles would ban them, yes, but PlayStation doesn't ban them. I know the trophy system inside out, screw by screw, bolt by bolt, nail by nail. I know the system inside out. I know everything about it more than the actual company knows it, themselves. Anyways, let's move to the second point. The 0-minute games. Guys, you know why I stopped trophy hunting? Because of this. Because of garbage companies releasing 50 cent to $1 games shovelware on PlayStation, which require 5 to 10 to 20 to 30 seconds to platinum just to make money, and releasing 8 stacks every single day. I got fed up with it and I just stopped. I said, forget it, man. I am not gonna tolerate this anymore, so I stopped trophy hunting. Sony accuses me of getting these games with 0 timestamps on, because these games take less than a minute to platinum. I mean, they are there on PlayStation. You can go write them on YouTube or on Google. You can find these games. There are thousands, 4,000 to 5,000 games. Imagine 4,000 to 5,000 games, maybe. So why should I be penalized for something you placed? You placed these games on PlayStation. You allowed it. I should get penalized.
I'm actually surprised this happened. I thought PlayStation did their own curation for this.
Anyways, let's move to the next step. The 2,000 accounts. So what if I put 2,000 accounts on my PlayStation? Since when was it not allowed to place an account on my PlayStation? I've been playing for 17 years. You think I will have 2 to 3 accounts? Every trophy hunter in the world has accessed more than 1,000 accounts. So go and ban 20 million users or 10 million users. There are many users who put many accounts on PlayStation. It's not against the law to put an account on the PlayStation.
There's a possibility that he bought one of the accounts, and then the person who sold him the account presented the evidence to PlayStation, and then by being able to cross-reference the data and the maybe the transaction and where the money came from, they were able to verify that it was him, and they banned his account because of that. That's a possibility. Because, like, a lot of people don't like somebody like this, right? They don't know that. He never used a credit card? No, he said that he did. No sane person has 2,000 accounts? Well, this is, and this is a thing that people did in WoW. Like, it's very, very common that people would do this. It kind of goes without saying, right? Is that, like, they would buy accounts that had certain accomplishments or achievements on them. Like, I had a friend of mine that had Atiesh, and from like vanilla WoW, and I had access to that account for a while, and then I just kind of ignored it. But I could have sold that account probably for over $1,000. There's people buy these a lot, and they also buy them with like Scarabord and other things like that. Because so whenever you merge a Battle.net account, okay, this is it's again like more Blizzard stuff, right? Which is different. But you can merge these accounts, and if they are before a certain date, you don't have to have certain types of identifiable information present, and it will just be automatically merged onto your account. And so people would buy these accounts back in the day because of their high value. So character transfer? Yeah, exactly. How does playing on another account get you to get trophies on your main account? Simple. You're playing on your account. Other people play on another account, and they sell those other accounts because they have a lot of trophies. You have to understand that, like, income disparities, and this, like, I don't know, like, where this guy lives, but, like, in the Middle East, there's a lot of guys. They got a lot of money, man. It doesn't matter. They do whatever the fuck, right? It's not a big deal. And so, like, they got to put $2,000, they got to put 10 grand down on an account, you know, to get themselves up. They're rolling it. Yeah, they're chilling, right? It's whatever. He's from Bahrain. I don't know exactly, but, like, what I'm saying is that, like, he went to Saudi Arabia, and I don't even know where Bahrain is, but what I'm saying is that, like, it's very, very possible that, and also that the person, this is another component, is that the images that were sent to him from a person that had Arabic in the letters, which means that this is probably a person from the Arab world, which means that there's a high probability that there could be overlap with this. And also, by the way, it happens in the United States too. But, like, of course it happens in places that have, like, high levels of disposable income more often, naturally, right? And so anyway, there's a good chance that somebody could have tried to sell this guy an account for, like, an amount of real life money, which breaks the terms of service for PlayStation? Probably. I don't know that. I have to read them, but I feel like every single company has this. And in the process of like catching him breaking terms of service, they sent that to PlayStation, which caused them to ban him. That's the only way I can make sense out of this where PlayStation could be right.
Since when was it against the law? And let's move on to the last step, which is the 29 consoles. I have many PlayStations. I've been playing since 17 years. You think I'm gonna stick to 1 or 2 consoles?
Yeah, but
PlayStation 3, Slim.
But 2000, like you didn't have 2000. Like I mean, you're talking about you have. Let's say you have 170. You have 170 PlayStations. That's not even halfway to 2000, right?
Fat, 4 Pro, 4 Slim, 5, Vita TV, Portable, all these consoles, I have logged them all. I sometimes also travel and play on other
29?
countries. I have
Okay.
even I have evidence. I always post this stuff in my story that even when I go to another country, I even play on different consoles. I have even people tell me you're going to another country to enjoy your time or play PlayStation. They're making fun of me. And I mean, you know this.
Sure.
I sometimes go to my friend's house and play. We play like multiplayer games.
Okay.
So what's the problem if I go to somebody else's house and even log into his play? Anyways, this is not the case now. These things are all doesn't get you permanently suspended. And forget about me for a second. What about the other guys? I've shown you evidence and screenshots of other users' account information getting leaked, including mine. What has this have to do with this case? You're mixing apples and oranges now. So I was shocked by the reply.
His account information getting leaked doesn't mean that he's immune from criticism. And two things can be possible at the same time. Number one, his account information got leaked. Number two, he broke the terms of service. These are two unrelated things.
And I gave PlayStation my defense reply. PlayStation replied, I mean, in the beginning, they said, we are not going to remove the suspension from your account. It's suspended. You're done. So when I replied to them with this reply, which I gave you now, they said, you know what? We still stand by our what we said about you. But you know what? We're going to unban your account after 45 days.
Okay.
And we're going to keep a close eye on your account. They treated me like a criminal. Like some sort of criminal. I did something bad, you know, on PlayStation that they have even an eye on my account. I was even afraid to log on my PS4 after that. I was just on my one console, PS5. It was really, I was really upset about this. I mean, how can you still, after all the evidence I have given you, you keep on telling me that we stand our ground regarding the violations. And you forgot about the leaks and all these things. As you see, guy.
We all know, and I think that almost everybody here has been victim of a customer support system that upholds something that's clearly wrong because of the fact that it's either automated or the person that deals with it is paid based off of how many support tickets they clear an hour, and so they don't accurately look into your information. So, this is what's so odd about this is that there's a lot of like weird complexities to this that could indicate something in both directions. And I don't know what to believe.
This pissed me off. Why doesn't PlayStation take action regarding the leaks and just go left about something else and open another subject? Anyways, I swallowed this pill. My friends told me, so I spoke to some professional influencers and told them about this. They said, you know what, Hakoum? Just forget it. You got your account back. That's what's important. Continue your life and forget what happened. It's gonna. Yeah. I'm sure maybe PlayStation knew about this. They're not gonna admit it, but they're working on something. They just gave you a reply just to close the subject. I said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna swallow this sour pill.
And if you were PlayStation, you also would not provide any information about a fraud case that you're working on. Because PlayStation has to operate in the expectation that anybody they tell in the public will tell anybody else in the public, or it could be a person that if they tell somebody they're investigating them, that person will then work harder to cover their tracks and will change their behavior. So it would make sense logically for PlayStation not to give him any information about it. If I was PlayStation, I would not give him any information about it.
Forget it. Later on, I was noticing I was not receiving any PR stuff from PlayStation. So I asked them, what is the stuff, guys? Where is Horizon? Where is the Pro? I got nothing anymore. Maybe it's delayed. Maybe it's a human error mistake. I was shocked. They replied to me, we have frozen your PR contract with us and due to the recent events. And maybe we will look into this and might unfreeze your account in the future. But it might take time. I was finished with this, guys. I knew that PlayStation did not take this breach seriously, and they did not care about what I said to them. It's like what the evidence I gave them went directly into the bin. They did not give a damn about all this.
This is also another complication that I think works in his favor. The fact that he's pushing this, even though he effectively got... Like, so if he got caught for hacking and cheating, and he's getting his account back, logically, he probably would just stop there because he won, effectively, right? You're getting your stuff back. But the fact that he's continuing to push this, it's either reckless behavior or it means that it's legitimate. You see what I'm saying? And I couldn't imagine like that level of reckless behavior. I usually don't. I have a blind spot for reckless behavior, to be honest. So, and I know that about myself, and that's why I always try to double check and think reckless and ego, totally possible. It's definitely possible. But I do think that the fact that he's making this video, even after he knew he was going to get his account back, is evidence that he is innocent. Because if you basically got away with a crime, the last thing that you're going to want to do is want more people to look at what the evidence is. You see what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't make logical sense to me. But there are many people that don't operate under logic.
And everything, and they just stood ground with the stuff they told me about 100-hour platinums in a few hours. I mean, I even challenged them. I made a video reply to them, a video reply, and stuck it to the email. And I told them, and I explained to them that these games are auto-platinum pops. But no, they stood their ground. And I even told them I'm going to make a video about this. They just did not care about this. So once you don't care about me, I was forced to release this video and share my story with you guys. So it's not just justice for me, it's justice for all the other players. Every account is, most accounts which are being stolen on PlayStation have 3 digits or 3 numbers on them. You know, these special nice accounts. Seriously, guys, is this a coincidence that my account data get leaked on the same week PlayStation bans me? You think the customer support went on my PlayStation account on that day exactly when my account information was leaked and banned me for those reasons, which I actually stopped?
I find the fact that PlayStation banned him actually damages his argument. Because if PlayStation banned him, that banning would have to come from an employee. And an employee to do that banning would have to actually register something in their name. And if the employee was leaking the information and they were also doing the banning, which is logically, I can't imagine 2 employees doing this to each other, right? If they were doing that, then he would basically be dead to rights for who the leaker was. Not necessarily, no, but it's like a 95, 98% probability. You see what I'm saying? Because like if you submit a ban, that ban comes with like an ID from it. And like that ID, they can look at who did the ban, what time was the ban, when was the ban done by, who was that person. Like they've got all that information. Like every database system has this.
In 2021, I'm just playing casually.
So the ban...
This cannot be a coincidence that my account information is leaked. The person who wants to steal my account calls me on my mobile, my personal mobile, and then PlayStation also bans me. All this on the same week? Come on, man. This cannot be a coincidence. We all know how this happened. So there is that. So after that,
I have a hypothesis of what I think happened.
PlayStation and playing any more PlayStation games or even supporting PlayStation. I removed it completely from my life after what they've done to me. I mean, I am the victim here, and I'm being accused of false accusations, just throwing me under the bus and just saying, yeah, you hacked and bye-bye, your account is suspended. We don't care about the leaks. We don't care about all the evidence I gave them, the photos, the videos, the voice notes, everything I gave them. They just did not give a damn about them. So what do you think, guys? Forget for a second my followers, even my haters. Forget about me for a second. What about the evidence I have put out about the leaks? There is account information being leaked, transactions, account information, IP addresses, credit card information, all emails, all these things. I know some will say there is no passwords stored on...
If the information was leaked, then why did the person who called you ask for it? I don't understand. The credit card was not leaked? Look, That's the full thing. That's the full card number. He didn't ask for the CCV. He asked for the first. Maybe he was going to.
Things. I know some will say there is no passwords stored on PlayStation computers. Yes, that's true, but they can change your email anytime they want and seal your account. It's not that hard. It's just a click of a button away. And I've showed you all this evidence now. So please, guys, focus on the main subject, the account information leaks, and not what the accusations are. And even with the accusations, like I explained, it's not a permanent suspension. Anyways, guys, this is my story, and I've decided to quit working with PlayStation anymore for what happened to me. And I really wish for the higher ups in PlayStation, the people with brains, the CEOs, the managers, the big guys, the big fishes on PlayStation, please look into this matter. You have a big scandal and corruption inside your company. You have work staff and PlayStation support leaking information. You need better security measures in your system. You can't just leak people's information like this. It's just, I find it just like unfair when you do this. We trust you with this information. You are backstabbing us like this
Sony.
And leaking it to the people. So I hope so. I really hope for the CEO of PlayStation and the rest. Please look into this matter and please clean this department from this corrupted staff. And I hope this video reaches the correct people. Thank you very much for watching, guys. And if you have any question, please leave it in the comment box below.
Holy shit. After watching this video, I honestly don't know what the fuck happened. So if I look at it from Sony's perspective, I think that the most likely outcome that makes sense out of all of the variables that is in Sony's favor is that somebody sold him the account. They sent the information of the sale to a person at Sony. And then the person at Sony cross-referenced the sale with the credit card that's on file for him, and he got banned for it. That's the only thing that I can imagine that could make sense. But the thing is that Sony is so unstable and so untrustworthy that I don't know if we could really even describe, after 3 years. Yeah, after 3 years. Not all credit cards in the screen were full. Scammer might have led up to the CCV. So you're thinking that they were asking for that? No. And there's a possibility that that's the case. And there's also the possibility that the scammer's stupid too. Because there's also a possibility that he got caught for what he was doing, and then he's stopping trophy hunting because he realized that they caught him doing what he was doing in order to maintain his position. And that could be the reason why he's retiring. Or not. Because, and if that's not the case, then him putting this out there, because if he effectively got away with it, then the last thing that he would be doing is talking about it, right? He was not buying accounts. How did you even come to that conclusion? How do you not come to that conclusion? There's some part of this puzzle that is not, it is not known, and I cannot understand this. Here's the truth. This is my honest, legitimate opinion about it. I hope this guy isn't lying. I don't want to accuse him of lying, but I think that you should always be skeptical whenever a person tells a story like this. And if he is not lying, and he did nothing wrong, this is absolutely disgraceful by Sony. Why not be skeptical? Because people want to shit on Sony. It's very common for people to, as soon as they hear that a big company did a bad thing, they're automatically on the side of the little guy. Instantaneously, they're on the side of the little guy. So, and this is a problem, because there are instances where people just act in bad faith, and then they rely on people's predisposition to take them over the edge, right? Look at Dogpack. Yeah, exactly, right? People believe things that they want to believe, not necessarily based off of what makes sense or what's true or what's not. Always be skeptical except for something that you're for. Yeah, because I want to shit on Sony. I want to say this guy is totally innocent, but I am not 100% sure about that. I would say that I am... I honestly, I don't even want to give a percentage. I don't want to give a percentage. I don't know. I'm not sure. Sony can't admit it was at fault? Yeah. Interview him? It won't matter. Because he'll obviously only tell me the things that I want to hear. And I have no way to look at the evidence to be certain for it. What about the leaks, though? There are other victims? Yeah, but you understand that, like, the information being leaked is not the same as his account being banned. Having your information leaked does not cause your account to get banned. And having your, like, move on? No, I love this. I'm going to be honest. I love trying to investigate and figure shit like this out. Maybe it's something wrong with me, maybe. But I do. I love this stuff. And so it absolutely can. No, well, no. Why would that happen? I don't think that's what happens. Yeah, forget about it. Give it time. Yeah, we'll see what happens, okay? But that's where we're at.